G'day all! Guess where I've been? So what was I supposed to be doing again? Oh yes, Assassin's Creedathon Part 3. And today we're looking at the second part of the Ezio trilogy, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. So let's get on with the story then. The game starts immediately where the previous game left off, with Ezio leaving the chamber he was in and escaping the Vatican. Ezio arrives back at Uncle Mario's villa, only for it to come immediately under siege, and leading the charge is Rodrigo Borgia's son, and notable for his cruelty and scumduggery, Cesare. Or is it Cesare? Because people in the game say Cesare, but horrible histories called him Cesare, so I don't know. I'm not Italian. So anyway, Cesare storms the villa, takes the piece of Eden and murders Uncle Mario. No! Not Uncle Mario! Thankfully, a bunch of members of the Creed escape, but Ezio's knocked unconscious in the process. Cut to Desmond. Desmond and his friends arrive at the villa in the present and set up shop there. So they stick Desmond back in the Animus. The Animus pretty much looks the same as it did in the last game, only now it has some weird keyboard screen panel thing stuck to Desmond's arm. So apparently progress is equal to sticking random crap to the thing you already have. So Desmond goes back in the Animus, where Ezio has finally woken up, and now with a fabulous moustache goatee combination. He finds the Creed have tried to rebuild their numbers in Rome and oppose Cesare and take back the piece of Eden. From this point on, the story kind of takes a back seat and instead mostly consists of doing tasks from people that are associated with the Creed. Their main goal being to rebuild their ranks and gather information on Cesare and his supporters. On the way, you save the head of the mercenary guild's wife from a French general working for Cesare. Geez, Cesare is working with the French? Now we know he's evil. Trying to stop the head of the Thieves Guild from murdering your old pal Machiavelli. And Ezio also puts his younger sister and his mother in charge of a secret spy network of prostitutes. Okay, that tops beating the crap out of the Pope as the weirdest thing I've said. But it's when Ezio breaks into the castello for the second time that the plot suddenly hits the accelerator and goes 0 to 100. It's like, BAM! Rodrigo tries to kill Cesare. BAM! Cesare kills Rodrigo. BAM! Lucrezia is now on your side. BAM! Ezio and Cesare are racing each other to the piece of Eden. BAM! Ezio gets the piece of Eden and basically spends several months trolling Cesare with it. BAM! Cesare is arrested by the newly elected Pope. BAM! It's 4 years later, there's a massive war going on in the middle of Germany, and both the Creed and an unknown group, I think it's the Church's army, are storming a castle that Cesare's taken hold in, and whoa, slow down game! Anyway, Ezio defeats Cesare and throws him off the castle walls, leaving him most likely dead. Back to Desmond and the gang, who, using the information they found out, go to the Colosseum and find some underground passageways that caused them to end up in a church. Okay, if it turns out they've been dead this whole time, I'm totally gonna leave. No, instead they find a secret passageway to a secret chamber and Desmond performs platforming and jumping and stuff like that while a hologram monologues to him. As you do. Anyway, they finally get the piece of Eden, only for it to mind control Desmond and make him kill his kinda sorta love interest.
You know very little. We must guide you. Cease your struggle.
No!
It is done. The way lies all before you. Only she remains to be found. Awaken the sixth. Go, alone.
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
The gameplay is pretty much the same as Assassin's Creed 2 with a few new improvements. Not the least being in combat the kick people in the nuts button, which I find very useful for combat situations for obvious reasons. You also get a few new melee weapons, a crossbow, a parachute, and you can also summon some Creed trainees to get the jump on the enemy. When they join, you can either use them to attack some enemies that might be out of your range, or just send them off to do odd jobs around Europe. You can also do some odd jobs for the three main groups of the game, stop some crazy cult of people dressed in wolf skins that have secretly been working for the Templars, helping your old friend Leonardo destroy weapons he was forced to make for Cesare, and also a retcon backstory between Ezio and a former lover that briefly appeared in the previous game and had so little impact on the story that I probably didn't even bring her up. So, but if you wanted resolution for that, well, there you go. Your music does a decent job, but there's nothing really memorable or toe tapping apart from the main theme. That one. And the graphics are your usual way, see, style it. Although I do like how they rendered some buildings like the Colosseum, the Castella, and that one domed building with the hole in the top. What's it called again?
Pantheon.
The Parthenon? I thought that was in Greece.
No, the Pantheon.
Oh. Well, I'm glad we sorted that one out. Well, the gameplay is pretty good, and in some ways an improvement over Assassin's Creed 2. I feel that the sort of awkward pace of the story and the fact that the game feels smaller than its predecessor kind of lets it down a bit. But I still think it is almost as good as Assassin's Creed 2. Tune in next time for the next part of the Ezio trilogy, Assassin's Creed Revelations. Aha! Crud, it's you again. Wait. What happened to Mr. Cuddles?
Oh, he just scampered off somewhere. I have no idea where he is.
Oh great, now we have a honey badger loose round the neighbourhood. Well, I'll sort that out later. For now, I'll just deal with you using the power of the magic Fabergé! Aha! Wait, a box of Quality Streets? How is this of any use to me, Fabergé egg?
It appears your Fabergé egg has failed you. There is nothing you can do to escape me.
Leg it.
Hey! Hey, come back here!
Ezio arrives back at Uncle Mario's vanilla. Once they do, they can even... What are you doing?